What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we are going to do a little Surveil land hunting with murders at Karlov Manor. We're going to do a collector box battle. How this thing is going to work is we're going to open this thing up. We have 4 participants. Each one of them is going to get 3 packs, and we're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value are each going to get 1 Outlaws of Thunder Junction collector pack to go along with their other spoils. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as a first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as a second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, perhaps we'll have some sort of jousting contest, perhaps a pie eating contest, or we'll simply go down the line with the highest mana value rare until there is a tie. No more. All right, MKM. You know, a set that let's call it what it is. Like thematically, didn't hit a lot of people in the right spot theme-wise, but the Surveil lands, like as a rare land cycle, where you have the entire assortment of all 10 lands in the cycle of all 10 lands in the same set, so you tend to get more hits on those, and some other rares kind of popping up as emerging as more playable rares, adding some value to this product. MKM kind of makes a little bit of a resurgence. I will say the mythic. Like, Mythics is a little light. There's like one really good Mythic, and then after that there's a couple of okay ones, and after that it's largely a miss. So this is one of those products where you're like, actually I'm okay kind of missing on the Mythics. Can I just get more rares, please? Alright, Daniel B, you are up. Start us off. Good luck, everyone. Let's have some fun. Bring on the Surveils. Should hopefully be in a collector box, like in the neighborhood of like 5 to 7. Here we go. We start off with a extended art foil ill-timed explosion. That is a 4 for mana value, followed by reenact the crime, crime scene of the crime. That is a 4 mana value as well. Armed with proof. There is a couple of good commander cards in here in this set. Armed with proof. That is a 3 for mana value. Connecting the dots. A 2. Gesundheit. And a doppelgang. I love doppelgang. This is a really neat card. A 2 for mana value. And that will do it there. There are actually some strong uncommons, and at least one common of note with Slime Against Humanity, still like $1 or $2. Insidious Roots, I think, is a base copy, is up to like $4. So a couple of things there. All right, here we go. Mana value 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 4, 15. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 it is. All right, David F., you're up next. Should be about 1 per box. You also get the you can get an Invisible Ink Mythic. Those are kind of fun. A couple of good hits there. A couple notable hits if you pull one of those Mythics in Invisible Ink. Here we go. We start off with an Unyielding Gatekeeper Extended Art Foil. That's a 2. Homicide Investigator, also a 2. Havoc Eater. That is a big ol' beefy 7 for mana value. No Witnesses. Actually, forget that this is a board wipe. That's actually standard legal. Interesting. Okay, that's a 4. Connecting the dots again. Sure. And Persuasive Interrogators. That will do it there. Okay. 2, 6, 13... 15, 17, that's 2, 4, plus 7, 11, 15, 17 it is. 2 packs, no Surveils yet. A lot of ball game left. Kazi. Away we go. There's our first one. Nice. Borderless foil Surveil land. That is commercial district. The borderless treatments and the borderless foils actually do have a nice little premium on them. They all tend to carry a nice little bonus value above the base copy. So that is actually a really nice hit there. Borderless foil commercial district. That is a 0 for mana value. Oh my gosh. Followed by a shadowy backstreet borderless. There we go. Now we're on the board. That is a 0 mana value also, and another still really solid hit there. And even solid. Better than solid. That's a good hit. Tasic Judas Hellhound. 4 for mana value. What do you do? Unleash. Other dogs you control have unleash. Okay. Attacks 1 for... Wow, that's actually kind of a good commander card. Treacherous Greed. That is a 3. And, oh, a Leyline of the Guild pack. Leyline, man, when this card first came out, woo! Still does carry value. It's probably in like, I think like the $4 to $5 range. It's fallen off. Was at one point like pushing a $20 card. Was seeing a bunch of modern play. But still a decent hit there. That is a 4/4 mana value. Borderless foil, Insidious Roots in the, borderless treatment. That is nice. It's actually some nice little extra value there. But this pack definitely brought it. And if there's anything in this product we're sleeving up, it will be the Surveil lands. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 4, 8, 11. 11 for mana value. That'll happen when you have 2 Surveil lands in your pack. 11. Also puts you in the low for the moment. Nice pack there, Kazi. All right, Fox Darts, you are up next. We are on the board with 2 Surveil lands. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. That is a borderless foil, Undercity Sewers. Man, that is good. That is a really, really nice hit. I think this is the most valuable Surveil land still. Like, I think the base copy is still for Undercity Sewers like in like the 22 range. So borderless foil actually does, like I said, have a nice premium on it. That's a really good hit. Congrats, Fox Darts. Followed by a Forensic Gadgeteer as a 3. Otherworldly Escort is a 4. Relive the Past is a 7. Whew. And an Ezram Agency Chief, which is a 5. No More Lies. That's a good uncommon as well. Okay, well, let us sleeve up the Sewers. Excellent hit there. And let's add up some mana value. So we have ourselves a 5, 12, 16, 19. Let me run that back here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 7, 14, plus 5. That is a 19 indeed. Also puts you in the high. Very nice. Up to 3 Surveil lands, a couple of borderless foils in there. That's where we want to be. All right, Daniel B, back to you. Oh, I should probably say where we're at here. So after the first round, Daniel B with a 15, David F with a 17, Kazi in the low with an 11, and Fox Darts in the high with a 19. Into round 2 we go. Okay. Little clue token, sure. First mythic is Incinerator of the Guilty. You know, we've gone through 4 packs, and I think that was our first mythic. Again, this is one of those products where I'm strangely okay with that. I'm okay with a lower mythic count because there's not as many hits there. But Incinerator of the Guilty is a sweet little dragon, and dragons are kind of all the rage right now. So that is a 6 for mana value, and not bad. The Dossier treatment doesn't really like hit me. I get it, thematically, it's obviously spot on. It's just not aesthetically pleasing to me. 6 for mana value, though. Wow. All right, into another mythic. That is Kaya, Spirit's Justice, Borderless. That is a 4 for mana value. Borderless Kaya, not bad. Not bad at all. Serene Sleuth, that is a 2. Wow, Extended Art, Leyline of the Guild pack. Hey, not bad there. Also a 4 for mana value. Teysa, Opulent Oligarch is a 3. And that will do it there. But a couple of mythics in there. Also, again, a solid hit on the Leyline of the Guild pack and the Extended Art. Not bad. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 6 plus 4. That's 10, 13, 17. Is that a 19? 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 19 it is. Daniel B, that is going to bring you up to a 34. All right, David F, back to you. We start with a Coveted Falcon, Extended Art Foil, that is a 3. Massacre Girl, hey, this is one of one of the mythics in this set that I don't mind pulling. I really like this card. I think it's just a really strong card, and yeah, not a pull that I mind having. I like Massacre Girl a lot. That is a 4 for mana value. Knowledge is Power. That is a 5. Illicit Masquerade, which is a 4. And Steam Core Scholar, which is a 3. And that will do it there. I will sleeve up the Massacre Girl. Okay, what do we got going on? So we have ourselves a 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 16, another 19, is that right? 5, it's 8, 12, 15, 19 it is. And that will, for the moment, at least put you into the high, David F., with a 36. Kazi, you had a low, largely on the back of having 2 Surveil lands in your pack. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes it's like that where you just have all the Surveil land luck. That is another borderless foil, this time a Lush Portico. So that's our 3rd borderless foil Surveil land of this box. That is fairly high end. That's awesome. That's a 0 for mana value. Get right out of town. Okay, sure, Kazi, you can just rock it with all the Surveil lands. Another Lush Portico borderless, this time non-foil. Merchant of Truth, that is a 4. Cryptic Coat. This card used to be expensive when it came out. Not seeing any play now. 3 for mana value, extended art. And wow. All right, that is a pack foil, Shadowy Backstreet. Holy moly. Well, yeah, Kazi, in the in the process of bogarting and hamburgering all the Surveil lands, you are also putting up a strong case for the low. So 7 mana value. 7. All right. 18 for mana value, and also brings your Surveil count to 5 by yourself. So that puts us at 6 for the box. And on behalf of all the other patrons in this battle right now, Kazi, they're all extremely jealous, and I get it. All right, Fox Darts, you of the only other person besides Kazi to pull the Surveil land. Your turn. You were in the high after this first round with a 19. You are currently chasing a 36 for the high, so that's 17 mana value difference. Here we go. Aurelia. I do like this Aurelia. By the way, I'm not going to lie, for a split second, when I saw the treatment in the foil, I was like, oh, I thought there'd be a number there. There's not a number there. That is a 5 for mana value. Ezram, Agency Chief. That is a 5. A Mythic, this time out of the Commander slot, Morska, Undersea Sleuth. You Bant Commander. No max hand size. Upkeep, Investigate. Whenever you draw your second card, put 2 count. That's all right. Doing Bant things. That's a 3 for mana value. Lamplight Phoenix. And another Reenact the Crime. That is a 4. Okay, so I will sleeve up the Mythic. Let's add up some mana value. You have yourselves a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Wow, is that a 20? A 5, 10, 13, 17, 20. Wow, yeah, that'll do. That puts you at a 39 and vaults you back into the high. So here we go. After 2 rounds now, heading into our final round, we have Daniel B with a 34, certainly in the hunt for the high. David F with a 36, also very much in the hunt for the high. Kazi, who has just got swallowed up all the Surveil lands in this box, down in the low with an 18. Pretty much a lock there for the low. And then Fox starts currently in the high with a 39. Last round, we are at 6 Surveil lands right now, albeit one person has 5 of them. We have also not seen an Invisible Ink card yet. Yeah, here we go. Daniel B, your turn. Good luck, everyone. It is a Mythic. It is... Oh, it's a special guest. Man, that's right. I almost forgot about special guest. Field of the Dead is like the special guest. But you know what? Drown in the Lock, special guest foil is pretty cool. A card that certainly sees some play as well. All right, that's nice. That is a 2 for mana value. That's actually solid. Hey, there we go. There we go. It does not help your case for the high, but you know what? Wow, we've gotten a ton of borderless Surveil lands, have we not? Holy moly. Okay. Yeah, borderless Underground Mortuary. Not a bad place to be. That's excellent. followed by a Marvo Deep Operative, Commander Slot Mythic Extended Art Foil. That is a 5. And an Axebane Ferox, which is a 4, followed by a Pride of the Wholeclade, which is an 11 mana value. Not only was this a really good pack, you may have made a strong case, or a strong push, I should say, for the high. All right, we got some sleeving to do here real quick. Bear with me. Then we'll add up some mana value. That does bring us up to 7 mana, 7 mana value. 7 Surveil lands for the box, which is definitely on the higher end of average. I've seen more. So we're still alive. We're still alive for some additional, but at least puts us up to 7, which would be on the high end. Well, I'd say above average, right? High end of average to above average. All right. Meanwhile, we have ourselves a. How do I want to do this? Make it easy on myself. That's an 11 plus 5. That's 16, 17, 18. Is that a 22? 4, 6, 11 plus 11, 22. Sheesh. It puts you at a 56. That will put you 17 ahead of... I don't know what to put on top. I think it's still the Mortuary. That will put you at least ahead of Fox Starts by 17. So it gives you better than a puncher's chance of holding on to the high. David F. You were at 36. You were chasing 3 before. Now you're chasing 20 for the high. That is a Drag the Canal. That is Extended Art Foil Drag the Canal. That's a 2. Ansrag's Rampage. That is a 5. Copy Catchers, a 2. Krenko's Buzz Crusher. That is a 4. And it is a mythic. It is Alquist Proft, Master Sleuth, Pack Foil. Let's see here. We'll sleeve up Proft. 3, 7, 8, 9, plus 5, 14, 15, 16, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 16, right? Yeah, 7, 16 it is. That puts you at a 52. Unfortunately, David, it kind of leaves you out in the cold today. Surveil landless and neither good for the high, and I can't imagine it'd be good for the low. All right, Kazi, you basically can't lose the low. You're already 18 behind Fox Starts, who hasn't opened their pack yet, and you have 5 Surveil lands. So, needless to say, you're kind of winning right now. Oh, look, you didn't open up a borderless foil. It's a shame in this pack. can't win them all. That is our 3rd connecting dots of the box. All right, weird. That's a 2. Followed by another Aurelia, that is a 5. Hot Pursuit, that is a 2. Hunted Bone Brute is a 3. And an Ansrag's Rampage, which is a 5 to end things. So let's see what we did here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 17. I'll run that back here. That's 7, 8, 9. That's 12, 5, 17. Puts you at a 35, and you already have the low locked up because Fox Starts already has a 39. Well played, Kazi. You have the low. All right, Fox Starts. You have a 39. You are chasing Daniel B for the high right now by 17 mana value. Here we go. I have no idea what tiebreakers look like because all I have is Surveil lands on top. All right, here we go. Of note, we have not seen an invisible ink in this box. And I guess we won't today. Wow, all right. That is a Extended Art Foil Deadly Cover-Up. That is a 5. Followed by a Kylox Visionary Inventor. That is a 7. Not typically something you want to see is Kylox, unless you really need 7 mana value. That is welcomed at this moment. Followed by a Watcher of the Hours. That is a 6. You get a mythic back there. It is Expedited Inheritance, which is a 2 in the extended art. And we conclude with an Audience of Trostani, which is a 3. Pick your poison. Oh, that's a solid common. I feel like feel like you got there. Let's find out. 6 plus 7, 13. 18. Yeah, well, that'll do it. 21 and 23. And I will run that back here. That is a 2 plus 3. That's 5. 10. 17 plus 6. 23. Gives you a 62 and does manage to recapture the high. Daniel B made a really good run at it with that Pride of the Whole Clade. But Fox Starts was not to be denied today. So final standings here, 56 for Daniel B. David F with a 52. Kazi in the low, of course, with a 35. And Fox Starts in the high with a 62. Another, like, this is why you want to open MKM, like just a really good prime example. Despite the not invisible ink, which kind of is a little bit of a bugaboo in this one. Most of those are still kind of misses as far as value is concerned, but you know, if it was like a Delney or a Vein Ripper or something, could be good. But hitting 3 borderless foil Surveil lands and I think 7 or 8 in total, precisely where you want to be. All right, Kazi, you have the low, you have the honors. Let's see what OTJ has in store for us today. Start off with our mercenary token. We got an ornery tumblewag. Ornery. That's a word. Ionize. The boys are back in town. A Rush of Dread. Card saw some considerable play originally when it first came out. And then, oh, Rakdos joins up, which also sees a little bit of fringy play as far as like a reanimator spell is concerned. Okay. Nothing outstanding there, but also some good playables. Fox Starts. Kazi, I still think that you did okay for today. That's just my opinion. Just the humble opinion of one man, but I still think you did okay today. All right, here we go. Fox Starts. Hey, extended art foil 3 steps ahead. Nice. That is a solid hit. Followed by a Pest Infestation, which is also like just a very nice playable card. Dune Chanter. Rare is Becca Splitter of Seconds in the extended art. And, we got a mythic back here. It is Kellen the Kid. I actually forgot Kellen was a mythic. All right, that is yeah, it's a mythic nonetheless. Sure, why not? And that will do it for today. OTJ, okay, nothing spectacular. I like the 3 steps ahead a lot though. That's a solid hit. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. By all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.